Yes, that is my voice and it's not trained.
I laughed in the car. Would laugh on set. I would laugh through the airports, in the on the planes. Everywhere I went, I would laugh like this. My entire team thought I was crazy.
Anurag's casting is always bang on. But
You're like, thank you.
I'm absolutely thrilled. Kennedy streams on Z5, 20th of February. I was having lots of FOMO, fear of missing out, because this film has done India so proud. Film festival after film festival, everybody's raving about it. And I was like, when is India going to see the film? And finally, Anurag Kashyap's masterpiece is going to be streaming. From me, Hrishi K, everybody who's watching, listening, please welcome the incredible Rahul and the wonderful Sunny. Hi, guys. Good to see you.
Nice to see
hello,
you.
nice to see you too.
And that's going to be my opening question. I mean, you went to Cannes, you went to Melbourne, you went to Sydney, a whole bunch of film festivals.
Where else? You went somewhere else too,
Yeah.
right?
So talk to me about
the
reactions,
continent.
especially reactions of people who've seen it. And I'm sure there were lots of standing ovations. And I believe one of them was at the Lumiere, which is a historic theater. So I'd like to start with that, Sunny.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Do you remember how many people were in that room?
It was packed. Yeah, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I said
think
we're gonna
2000
have to
2,000 people.
recall
Yeah,
all this
2,000.
information
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Its full capacity is I think 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000 people on their feet giving a standing ovation for, what was it, 7 minutes?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. And you can't help but get emotional and be affected by that type of energy in one room. And it was unbelievable.
Where the greatest of the all have been there, the best of the minds in our field. They have walked the same red carpet and they have been in the same Lumiere and they have seen their movies and the same kind of reception.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Really.
Also, the festival audience is a very hard audience to please. It's a very discerning audience. It's a
Really? I feel the opposite. I feel like, these people have come here who actually appreciate filmmaking more so than the person who maybe goes to the local theater. I
Yeah,
feel
so the
opposite.
point I'm
Yeah, I
making
agree with
is,
you.
if it's not well made, if it has finesse, they love it. If it's not well made, they will reject it. That's what I mean.
I mean that's also true. They rip it apart later on,
Yeah.
but they really I agree with Sunny on that point that they really watch the film. At least they give the respect to the film
Yeah.
while they're watching. It's really serious watch, and they are really watching each nuance and each performance, each backdrop, each background music, everything, and you feel really as an artist, you feel that okay, the art has reached the right people.
Yeah.
Now it's up to them whether they like it or not, but they give it full chance.
Yeah, that's what I feel about festivals. You go to some of these festivals that are, let's say, some of these larger festivals, and it's almost like you come home with this renewed hope of people really do
Yeah.
love filmmaking, the art of filmmaking, the whole process of making it, and then displaying it for everybody to see. And it's not only for ticket sales; it's for the art of making it, and that's special.
Did you guys behave like movie junkies and after your own premieres go and watch some other movies, or no time with all the press and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I did watch some movies there, and you can consider me. I really love watching movies.
That's wonderful. You have to go back as a fan.
Oh my
Not
gosh,
when
I
your
do.
own movie.
You
Not
know,
when your
the
own
one
movie.
thing I want to sit and do is stay in the hotel we were staying at, just sit in the lobby and see all the people walking in
Yeah.
and observe that movie. But yes, going to the films and going there is something, I don't know if you've been, but it's out of this world. It's a different feeling altogether.
You know, Rahul, I met you at another streaming service. I won't take the name right now. And I remember telling you, I'm a fan of your work because you're such a fine actor. But for me, Kennedy, I think will just change the trajectory of how people view you, because it's just a performance that we've never even seen from you before. And I want to start at the voice. What is that voice? I mean, it's like a Darth Vader from Star Wars. Was it your own voice? I don't know. Did Anurag treat it on the editing table? Because because I'm a voice guy, I mean, I love great voices. What did you do?
No, it started on the set actually one day, because I don't have many dialogues in the film actually, if you see.
Correct.
Not
He's
too
a man
many,
of few
yeah.
words, yes.
But there was this line on the set that "Aaya to jayega." I put a gun on a man's head, and I say that usko bolna ki. And then suddenly I started speaking like that. And while rehearsing, I was doing a rehearsal, and Rag was kind of listening to this, and then he came up to me. He said, "I think let's go there." Then once I started going there, and then one day he calls me. He says, "Hey," his assistant called me. He said, "Sir wants you to dub this one line, but in that voice. Put it on your camera, on your phone." So I just dubbed it on the phone and I sent it back to him. And then he comes another line. He wants you to do this line like that. And then we realized, oh, this is the voice of the character. And I like to kind of play with my voice. I have done it before also. Um, but this time, it was something that it was too much of an experiment. But yes, that is my voice and it's not treated.
No,
Like, I
very
worked
good
on
you.
that
Yeah, it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
And it's worked very beautifully. And like I said, it's got a very Dolby kind of effect to it. So fantastic that you're able to get it out from your gut like this. कि यहाँ से बात करनी चाहिए
For
नीचे
that,
से.
you don't have to sleep. I didn't sleep for days. And that fatigue, when you are so fatigued and you haven't slept much, when you wake up after you haven't
You have
slept,
a kharash.
you have a kharash.
Yeah,
So
you're right. You're right.
yeah, that really,
You know, that raw early morning voice.
yeah, that
Yeah,
really,
that's interesting.
that really.
Things actors have to do. I noticed that your character giggles a lot. She laughs a lot.
Yeah.
Was that in the page? Was that in the script that was given to you? Was that something that while he was directing you on set, he said, just laugh? Because she will say a couple of words and a couple of lines and she breaks out into a giggle or a fit of laughter.
Yeah, no, that was by Anurag sir's design for sure. That was the one thing that was, he said, I need this and you need to do this for me and just watch a couple of these videos and do this. So then I said, how do I get this out of my system? Because who laughs like this? This is,
Yeah.
this, it's not a normal thing that you hear
Yeah.
all the time. And so I laughed in the car. I would laugh on set. I would laugh through the airports, in the on the planes, everywhere I went. I would laugh like this. My entire team thought I was crazy, but in my head, I go, "This is the only way that I'll get it out of my system."
Wow.
So if I can just break out in this laugh around a bunch of strangers who think I'm
Do you remember the
absolutely
laugh? Can you do a take?
She did, yeah, that's it. She did the steak at the Lumiere when
Wow.
when there was ovation, standing ovation was going on, and that she said,
Yeah, somebody said, "Do you
Laugh."
laugh?" Yeah, yeah,
It's like the Joker's laugh, a bit of a deranged laugh.
yeah.
But it's also very ironical if you look at it from the movie, because when somebody laughs like that, when she has a gun pulled at her, or in dark moments, you realize that there's been so much pain and pathos
Yeah.
that she's laughing at the whole irony of it,
Yeah.
the whole situation of
It's
it.
like a mask, the
Yeah.
laugh and smile.
I love the fact that he changes his name to Kennedy.
Yeah.
I want to know what the foreign audiences thought of that.
Oh,
Did they think it's
they always
a
laugh at
movie
that
on JFK or John F. Kennedy, and then they go to the halls and then they're pleasantly surprised.
There is a joke at the end that he says, "Oh, Kennedy." That other character says that,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's Kennedy. Is this Donald Trump hi rakh leta?" So everyone gets that joke abroad. Whenever this plays, they laugh at it. It's Anurag, he comes with these quirky, interesting, things in his films. It's
Yeah.
very typical him.
And a lot of the stuff, I believe, Rahul, is done on the spot of the moment.
Yeah.
It's like a theater rehearsal, right? Isn't it? It's not like a movie set where you block it with the camera and then go and pre-plan and things like that. I don't know if you guys did readings before.
No, but with Kennedy, he did very differently because I have done, this is my third film with him. And Anurag generally, is he loves to explore. He comes on the set, but with Kennedy, I tell you, the film is what was on paper mostly.
Wow.
So he had written whatever he's written actually is what you see in the film.
Mhm.
Mostly.
That was the same with me. Nothing was really changed. Maybe some movements
Yeah, of
here and
course,
there,
that he always
but the
does
dialogue,
that.
even
The
for
laugh.
me, that's
Even the
the
laughter was written.
Even the laughter was in.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very
Even the
interesting.
music of the first background music was also written, that this is the music that is playing, and this
Because
is
it's
how.
interesting, there are lots of lyrical references which are happening when the scenes are going on.
Yeah.
It's almost as though it's spoken word storytelling. Somebody is singing
Yeah.
and narrating poetry, and the action is playing out. So, that again I found very fascinating.
That
So,
is the
here,
great Amir
yeah,
Aziz. He's done some amazing lyrics, and of course, Boy Blanc. They did some incredible music on the film, but I must give it to the lyricist. It is a really interesting, poetry
yeah.
that has been incorporated in the film.
Yeah, and you love your music. In fact, there is a scene where I think one of your first few scenes is you're in a club and there's this very cabaret
yeah.
style of vocals and
Yeah.
singing, very,
And he was a singer,
jazz
correct?
Yeah,
cabaret.
Amir
That was
Aziz
a
and Boy
singer.
Blanc
And
both.
he
Yeah,
himself was a singer.
yeah,
It was so beautiful, and you must have loved that,
I loved
being
it.
such a fan of the music. Yeah,
Yes.
These guys are so young. They're hardly, I think he's 21 or something, and
lovely.
this one is, I think, 25 or 24. I don't really know, but something like that. It's incredible that how much these guys, what kind of talent they have.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to keep rediscovering musicians for Hindi film music.
That is Anurag. He has
Otherwise, you keep getting into
yeah.
the same rut of the same guys doing playback and same guys doing the
He
music,
has
isn't
an
it?
incredible eye for talent. Anurag just spots them.
Yeah. And the nice thing is because it was them actually singing, that aura also comes out.
Yeah.
And those feelings of whatever they write comes out because they're the ones performing and singing and they're there for us to see. So that was really cool because we don't get to see that very often.
There's a dialogue where Sunny tells her boyfriend in the movie, where she goes, "We should just go to Vancouver," and I'm laughing and I'm saying, now I know Anurag Kashyap probably wrote the film with her in
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
She hails in Canada. Her early years were from there, and that was interesting to me. It must have been
Yeah.
interesting to you too.
Yeah.
Did he say that? Did he say, "Listen, I wrote this with you in mind"? I don't know.
No, I didn't ask because that's you being a little presumptuous. But I was happy that he asked me to be a part of it. And later on, I found out they played this horrible trick on me. And they said, we want you to come into the audition and we want you to do these scenes, blah, blah, blah. And he kept saying, don't worry about the scenes. It's completely fine. And I'm thinking in my head going, no, this is my chance. I have to do a good job and blah, 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 blah. And later on, I found out when we were in
Yeah.
when we were in Cannes, we're all sitting there. They're like, we played a trick on you. We were just seeing if you would show up. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was
But
totally.
she showed up and she was so meticulous and she was really prepared
Yeah.
with all the lines, and I didn't know my lines that time. I was just reading my lines from the
They're
paper.
all inside laughing at me, going, what is this girl doing?
She's a total pro. Every time I've done an interview over the years, she's always on time.
It's
Hang
incredible,
on,
yeah.
boom, the work gets done, which I
Yeah.
think is so professional, and a lot of people can learn from that. So,
And she's so amazing in this film. And but yet I believe that, she has so much in her. I think in future we might see some incredible performances.
Thank you.
that's lovely. That's lovely. The thing about this this whole movie is that it also represents a very crucial time in our lives, especially us who lived in Bombay through that whole era.
Yeah.
You remember when these encounter killings were happening?
Yeah.
Ram Gopal Verma made a lot of these movies.
Amazing
Anurag has
films.
written a lot of those
Yeah.
films, and one never knew the other side of what the cops were going through. And there were all these sharpshooting cops. And because
Yeah.
of that, we can live today without fear in this city.
Yeah.
And that's a very important thing, because there might have been some bad cops, but what the cops did for this city is amazing. I'd like you to comment on that.
It's not easy to be a cop, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's a very, it's a dirty job, it's a thankless job also, because these people really have to work so hard, and they have all the time threat on their head. They have to face, such circumstances which one cannot imagine. I think always I feel that it's very difficult to be a cop, and under the circumstances that they really work, we should really appreciate them.
Mm. And in that aspect, I also like the fact that this whole thing has introduced us to so many of these actors who we only knew of from the stage.
Yeah.
Mohit Takalkar, for
Oh, he's
example, what a
amazing.
job he's done.
Amazing.
I always knew him as a theatre director. I've gone to Prithvi, seen his plays which he's directed, but there wouldn't be any Kennedy if not for Rashid
He's
Khan.
so authentic, Mohit Takalkar. When Anurag cast him, then a lot of people, we were like, oh, maybe, there should be this one, that one, because, you want to, when you make a film, you want to really, even as an actor, you want to see, you're working with certain kind of, then the film will go somewhere. But this guy again, Anurag, he has this ability to cast people. Anurag's casting is always bang on. But
You're like, thank you. But it's
For example, being Rahul.
having
such
said that,
amazing
I'm
job.
just saying Mohit Takalkar is the finest actor. I think he's done such amazing job. If not for him, I don't think we would have. You're absolutely right. I don't think we, even Kennedy's that whole personality could have come out if we didn't have a strong commissioner like him.
Sure, sure. You know, a lot has been said about the role of women when they're confronted with the underworld, and women have sometimes been manipulated, but you have to be a strong woman to be able to put up with all these circumstances. For example, your character obviously came from another country, got involved in a lot of mess, is trying to handle her life, some bad elements, and then a boyfriend loses that, but she's trying to manipulate her way back into the system and things like that. And there were a lot of women like that during that whole era, women from the media who were manipulated. And people say, oh, they were used, manipulated, but they also had to have strength of will to survive. And she has that, doesn't she, your character?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She's
But I
not a
also think
poor little thing
yeah,
who's just waiting on the side.
no. Oh, she wants
Yeah.
something. She needs something. I mean, at the end of the day, you can call it whatever you want to, but if I'm getting something, you're getting something, it's transactional and we need to get from point A to point B. Whether you call it manipulation or whether you call it, taking advantage of your situation, whatever it is. So I think for the character, maybe there are people out there like this, but she needs to get to where she needs to get, and she's going to do what she needs to and handle her business.
And I wonder if there was any method acting because she's inebriated most of the time. so, so I'm thinking, man, they have drunk a lot of colored liquid
Yeah, we
and
did.
pretended,
Happy Fizz.
So
Happy
happy
Fizz.
face. Yeah. So what is the drink of choice when you
Apple
replace it?
juice.
Apple, right?
Yeah,
You put
Happy
some water
Fizz.
in the apple.
Happy Fizz.
That's a lot of fizz,
Yeah. I
right?
drank a lot of apple juice.
Yeah, but even that is not easy to do. You look at Mr. Bachchan and all those great movies where he's
Oh my
played
God.
inebriated characters.
Sharabi.
Yeah,
I mean, it's called Sharab.
to have to be loose limbed again just is like the laugh. I wonder how much practice went into this.
Drinking?
being, being
I
slightly
practiced a lot. It was just there in my body.
What is Anurag's biggest strength as a filmmaker, having worked with him the fourth time around?
Yeah. About Anurag, I feel that he is this, there are directors, Anurag is a director who incubates an atmosphere for an actor to deliver the perfect performance. It's because he incubates, he makes the atmosphere so on the set so interesting and so real that he almost takes you as an actor where you should be, not only your circumstances wise, but also psychologically, because it's an innate ability, and directors like him really are a boon for actors. Any kind of actor. That is why in his films you will see actors really shine. A lot of actors do
Yeah,
their
I think he's an
best.
actor's director.
It's just it's and a director has to be an actor's director, I think, because you cannot have great sets and great things, but not so great performances. It's the performances that make the film.
Really well
And
said.
he makes you feel good.
Yeah,
He makes you
my
feel
question
like,
to you too. Yeah.
yeah, he makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Or he finds things that, like, you've known him for so long, but I haven't. And there were things that we connected on, emotional, psychological, so many different things. And it just makes me feel like, okay, even though I think of him as Superman,
Yeah.
he's also human, and he has these things either that have happened or he's telling me different stories, and it just makes you feel like I'm in a safe place. I can trust him, and I'm able to let go of whatever's in my
Yeah, there
head.
is no pressure. That's
Yeah.
incredible about him, that he makes the actor so comfortable
Yeah.
that there is no pressure of performance. It's not that you have to, and then slowly, you slip into that,
And the work gets done.
and yeah, and the work,
Yeah.
you don't even know you are doing so good. Because
Lovely. 20th of February, it's on Z5. Please go give it a lot of love. The world has given it love, and it's now time for India to give our own film love. Kennedy, starring Sunny, Rahul, a wonderful ensemble cast directed by Anurag Kashyap. From me, Hrishi K. See you till next time. Thank you, guys.
Thank
thank you,
you.
Rishi. Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.